Hi there, welcome to this clip on Pilates. So for those of you who've already done Pilates and you're using that with your horse riding, you'll already have noticed a big difference in the performance of the horse and also in your control of the horse. But for those of you who've never done Pilates before, once you start using the techniques, your core will improve, your balance, your posture and your alignment on the horse, and that will give you a much better ride in the saddle and also benefit the horse as well, so you'll both work together hopefully in complete harmony. So we're going to get started. So there's always a little bit of a warm-up just to make sure that you don't go into the exercises cold. So if you start with your feet about hip distance and a very soft bend in your knees. So from the side, we're just looking to make sure your shoulders, your hips and your ankles are all in alignment. We're going to feel that the belly's drawn slightly back, the lower part of the belly, but we're definitely not gripping. So that slight drawing back, we're going to start to breathe, and as we breathe, we're going to rise the arms up towards the ceiling. And as we exhale, we're going to lower the arms down. So we're just bringing the arms up. As you're keeping the shoulders down as you lift through the arms and exhaling down. And if you want to work a little bit harder, you can start to come up onto the balls of your feet. So you can see already you're starting to incorporate those elements of balance and control. And if you're already really well balanced, as you take the arms up, you can lift your chest, chin, look up and see if you can stay on the balls of the feet. It's absolutely fine to lower your heels down to the floor if you need to. And you can keep your heels down. Let's just do 2 more there. So again, we're bringing the arms up, breathing in. You can step on the balls of the feet if you're feeling strong. Exhale down. 1 more inhalation. And I'm going to exhale. From here, you're going to place your hands onto your thighs. You're going to bend your knees more. I'm going to turn side on so you can see me. So from here, we're going to press the hands into the thighs. Breathe and lift the chest chin. So you can see there's a natural extension through the spine. As we exhale, we're scooping that belly up towards the back, heart towards the chest, exhale through the lap. So again, we're breathing in, moving the bottom back, extending into that spine and lifting into the chin. So you're getting that full extension through your spine. And again, exhaling. We can do 2 more of these. So again, breathing in, lifting through the chest, getting that stretch through the front. And then as you exhale, feeling that stretch across the shoulder blades and the lower back. Then we're going to inhale and we're going to come up now. So from here, I'm going to turn back to face the camera. You're going to breathe in and again, bring the arms up. And as you exhale, I'm going to sit back into the heels. So we're just mobilizing through the hips now. Breathing in, press the palms back this time. And again, as you exhale, now bring the arms forwards on the exhalation. Just check that your knees are not becoming wider than your ankles. So make sure that you're not becoming narrower or wider like I am. You want to feel that you keep your knees over your ankles. Let's just do a few more. And again, if this pulls in your back, I'm going to show from the side, keep the arms lower. If you're stronger in your back, lift the arms up. So again, working with your breath, in through your nose, out through your mouth. You're trying to feel here that you're keeping your shins vertical. So nice vertical shins, not here, but shins back. And let's just do 2 more of those. So again, we're going to exhale as we sit back. We're going to inhale for the strength in the glutes, in the thighs, as you come up. 1 more exhalation. And then we're going to stay standing. Well done. All right, so from here, then we're going to come into some twists for the spine. We're going to keep the palms together, shoulders dropping down. Take a breath in and bring your right arm up your inner elbow. As you exhale, open that right arm. See if you can turn and look back. You're going to breathe in, come back to the center. And then this time again, as we exhale, I'm going to open the arm. So now we're inhaling to return, exhaling to open. So feeling that stretch through the shoulders and through the whole of the spine, feeling that rotation through the spine. So again, if you're feeling that your balance is quite good, you want to improve on your balance a little bit more, for the final 2, we're going to step that right foot forwards, and if you can, you're going to hover your foot off the floor. Again, if your balance is already good, look back. Oh, you see my balance isn't so good today. Look back. Let's try that again, see if I can keep my balance. So again, looking back if you can. Well done. Inhale, come back, lower, and we'll do that on the other side. So again, you can start with your both feet on the floor. And again, exhaling, opening, inhaling, returning, or you can start to hover. If you're doing what I'm doing now and you're taking your foot off the floor, just make sure that you don't sink into your pelvis like this. Try and keep your standing leg nice and straight, and you don't have to move the head. And you'll probably find, like me, you've got one side where your balance is better. So let's just do 2 more here. So again, we're feeling that inhalation through the nose. We're exhaling, rotating, and just 1 more. If the breath confuses you, just make sure you're breathing whichever way. Don't worry too much about the in or the out breath where it occurs. Put your foot on the floor, take the legs a little bit wider, turn your toes out. We're going to breathe in. Now again, we feel shoulders are over hips, and as we exhale, we're just coming into that lateral stretch. We're going to inhale up, and again, we're going to the same side. So just going to your right for another 4. So we're exhaling on the hardest part of the exercise. We're inhaling, come up. You can change your breath if that doesn't feel natural for you. Again, we're trying to feel that gentle drawing back of the lower belly. Let's just do 2 more. Again, just feel that the head isn't dropping forwards like this. Try and keep the back of the head in line with the spine. We're just going to do 1 more. So we exhale as we slide down. We inhale as we come up. You can give the legs a bit of a rest if you want to. Take a breath in, bend the knees, and again exhale and slide down. So if this feels a little bit too much for you, decrease how far down you slide your hand. If it feels comfortable, you can slide your hands further. And again, working with your breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Remember, if it feels too much, you can go less, and you can just have a little bit of a break in between. We'll just do 1 more. So again, exhaling down, well done. Inhale and come up. Now we're going to heel toe, walk the feet together, and that's the end of your warm-up. Alright, so let's make a start then. So we're going to start today's session on all fours, and I will give you options in case you have any injuries. So we're going to place the wrists underneath the shoulders. If this feels too much pressure in your wrist joint, always take your hands a little bit further forwards, and remember you have got the option of being on your knuckles or even your fingertips if that feels preferable. So from this position, I want you to draw your shoulders away from your ears, so there's a big space here, and I want you to lift your belly without gripping. So think about the bottom of the belly beneath the navel lifting up. You can also think about lifting through the back passage and keeping that lift. We're going to breathe in through the nose, and as we exhale, we're going to slide the opposite hand and opposite arm away. So what you're trying to do here is you're trying to keep your hips nice and stable and your shoulders. So on the exhalation, we're working again. Again, you can change that if you need to. And we're just trying to feel that we're stretching that leg back, pushing into the heel. And then if you feel that this is very easy, you can start to lift the arm and the leg so that the wrist becomes shoulder height and the ankle becomes hip height. Again, you're also thinking about lifting that belly away from the floor without gripping. So we exhale, we lift. We inhale, we lower. So you can either have your feet pointed like so, or if you've got your feet on the floor as we start, you can push more into your heels. So just working on different muscles. So if you're pushing into your heels, you're working on stretching through the calf muscle. If you're stretching through pointing your toes, you're stretching through the shin and the ankle. So we'll do another 4 here. I'm going to inhale down, exhale up. Just 2 more to go. You can rest back if you need to. So again, try and feel that you're pressing into your fingers, that you're not collapsing into your wrist as you press your hand on the floor. And then we're going to sit back, bringing the bottom towards the hip and take a little rest. So this is a very easy session that I'm doing today. So it will be more challenging if you want that with the use of weights and blocks and bands. But for now, it's a fairly straightforward session. So from here, we're going to start to think about working the glutes. So you want you to bend your right knee, and then what you're trying to feel is that your knee is the same height as your hip. So now I've got my foot flat. Again, the shoulder's staying level, and you're going to exhale and push your foot to the ceiling. Inhale, and bring your knee back to that 90-degree position. So we're not taking the leg completely straight. We're thinking about pushing the heel up, squeezing through that glute. Let's just see if we can do another 7 here. So again, really targeting that bent knee glute, squeezing as you press the heel towards the ceiling. Let's just do a few more, and it's fine to rest if you need to. And then we're going to inhale, bring that knee down and change sides. So again, we're scooping up the belly, broadening through the shoulders, lifting now the other leg. And again, just checking that the knee's about the same height as the hip bone. Exhale, push up, inhale, and just bring that foot down and away from the ceiling, or the sky in this case. And again, feeling that you've got that control. So thinking about zipping your hip bones towards each other. So that lifted leg, hip, you're trying to keep it facing the floor. And again, we're just going to do about another 3. So we exhale, we inhale. And just 2 more. think about keeping the knee on the floor, that hip bone in as well. Okay, and bring that down. You can go into another rest if you need to. Otherwise, from here, what I'm going to ask you to do now is to tuck your toes under, lift your belly. You've got some core work coming out, stronger core work. As you exhale, you're going to lift your knees off the floor. You're going to inhale down. So you can see what I'm trying to do here is keep the belly firm, keep the shoulder blades away from each other. So I'm not gripping the shoulder blades like this. I'm keeping them apart as I lift the knees. If this feels too much for you, you may feel that you just lift a tiny little bit, and that's fine as well. Those that can, you lift your knees, but without moving your hips. See if you can do another 3. Inhale down, 2. And just 1 more. Again, you're going to come into a rest. Toes together. We can bring the arms back and let the wrists rest completely now. So you can bring your forehead to the floor if you wish. So we're starting lying on our front, and again we have that feeling of length. This is really important to protect your back, that you feel that you're not hanging in that belly, so you feel that you're drawing your buttock flesh down. Now if you've got a bad back, keep the legs wide. If your back is comfortable, it's hip distance, and again if your back is, you've got no issues, you can come into Pilates, heels in, toes out. Any back problems, don't turn your toes out, just stay in these parallel position with the feet. So I'm going to come into classical Pilates, heels in, toes out. Again, I've got that lengthening action, belly's lifting gently, taking a breath in, and as you exhale, you're just lifting opposite arm, opposite leg. You're inhaling, lowering, exhaling, lifting. And if this feels comfortable, you want to challenge yourself a little bit more. Next time you lift, opposite arm, leg, you're going to see if you can take the face and perhaps the chest a little off the floor. So these exercises, these prone exercises, are really good for strengthening the whole of the back of the body, not just the spine itself, but the muscles of the buttocks and the legs and the shoulders. So again, we're going to exhale, lift, inhale, lower. So opposite arm, leg, you don't need to lift your face if it feels that there's any loading of your spine. So as you breathe in, you want to make sure that you don't push the belly to the floor. As you breathe out, you want to feel again that the belly is gently lifted back. So we'll do 2 more here. Feel free to do less if you need to. Okay, and then just 1 more. And again, we'll just take the bottom towards the heels and have a rest. So again, you're going to press yourself back and moving your bottom to your heels. So again, you can just stay there resting, or you can join in with me. So the next exercise on our tummy, we're going to place our hands now on top of each other. So our forehead is just resting. Again, keeping the legs wide for bad backs. And if your back is strong, hip distance. And if there's no issues at all with your back, coming into Pilates position, heels in, toes out. So again, I want to feel lengthening action. Belly's just a little bit light. And take a breath in. Now when I breathe in, I'm breathing in here. I'm trying to keep the belly still. So lateral breathing on the inhalation. And as I exhale, I'm seeing, can I lift now my forearms off the floor? I'm inhaling down lightly. If there's any pulling in your back, you're going to keep one hand on the floor using minimal pressure, because you do want to feel that there's a contraction in the paraspinal muscle. So all the muscles either side of the spine are contracting and strengthening. However, you may feel this is very comfortable, and if that's the case, you can lift your legs and squeeze your heels. So working your adductors, working through your glutes at the same time. I'm inhaling without a full belly. So every time I come down on that in-breath, I want to feel the breath is here, the belly staying still. We're just going to do 2 more. Remember, you don't need to use the legs. You can keep the feet on the floor if you want to. Last one. And then again, we're going to rest. This time we're going to come into a rest by just turning the head, toes in, heels up. But you can go back to the previous rest if you want to. So if you felt more comfortable sitting your bottom on your heels, that's fine. Okay, all right. So from here, let's just do 1 more exercise on our tummy. And we're going to have our arms at our sides. Again, just checking the pubic bone is heavy. So tailbone always moving down to heel bones. Thigh bone strong. Again, you can have feet parallel or heels in, toes out. Wider legs again if you need to. We're going to take a breath in. On the inhalation for this one, we're going to feel that we move the arm opposite leg out. And as we exhale, we're going to draw towards the centre line. So breathing in. So abducting the limbs
adducting as we come back, squeezing through the glutes, squeezing through the inner legs. And again, if this feels very comfortable for you, you feel that you're not particularly having to work too hard, you're going to do this now with both arms and legs. Inhale up, exhale, squeeze. So again, you've got the option to do opposite arm, opposite leg, or both arms and legs, shoulders rolling away from the floor. And if you're feeling super strong, on the next inhalation, you're going to lift your chest face as you take the arms out. And you can stay up throughout if you're very strong. So if you've done a lot of Pilates, you may find this is very comfortable for you. And you can be here with me. Again, if this feels a little bit too challenging, keep your forehead on the floor. And just do opposite arm, opposite leg. You don't even need to lift that leg. If it feels too much for you, you can keep this leg on the floor. Let's just do 2 more, wherever you're comfortable. Breathing in to abduct, breathing out to adduct. Breathing in, and last one. And again, coming to the right, you can turn your head the other way now. And again, you can breathe into your belly now. So try and notice the difference. I want you to try and feel a difference between when you're doing Pilates and you're not. So when you're resting, you should feel your belly moving. Okay, well done. All right, we're going to come into a sitting position. So again, you can sit and watch and join in when you feel that you need to. So when we sit, we want to feel that we're stacked. So you can see here, I'm not stacked. My shoulders are sloping back beyond my hips. So when you sit up, you want to feel that the centre of your shoulder and your hips are over each other. So if that's difficult, you just can't get that strength in your lower back to sit up, you may find sitting on a block, like I am, right on the edge, gives you a bit more of a lift. So bear that in mind. If you haven't got a block, you can use a cushion. Now you're going to have your hands on your shins if you've got a bad back. If your back is fine, we're going to start with the arms forward. So already I'm thinking about drawing the belly back, lifting the chest bone, making sure the knees are in line with the hips. And as we exhale, we're drawing the belly back and we're coming into a C shape, this sort of shape with the spine as we exhale. And as we inhale, we're coming all the way back up to the centre of the buttock bones. So you're lifting your chest without pushing your belly. Again, as you exhale, you're going back to that point where you feel strong. You can keep your feet on the floor and you're inhaling, coming up. So again, as we exhale, we might want to go back just a little. You might want to go a lot further. It's where you feel strong and that you can come up easily. Again, if you have a bad back, keep your hands on your shins. If your back is very, very comfortable, go a little bit further back. Again, the belly shouldn't bulge. So as you exhale, the belly naturally draws back. We're trying to keep that position. As we come up, the belly stays still. The breath is here. And let's see if we can do another 3. So 3 more. Good. And again, you can do less. You can have a rest in between if you need to, coming all the way up to the buttock bones. And 2. Again, we're inhaling up. And 1 more. So again, just to where you feel strong and comfortable. Inhale and come up. Well done. Now we're going to make sure we're up on those buttock bones. So again, if you feel you need to, sit on that block. We're going to have the hands on top. We're going to think about working into the obliques now. So shoulders are always drawn down. Find that nice long neck. We're going to breathe in. And as we exhale, we're just rotating to the right. We're going to inhale, come back. We're going to go to the right for the next 9 exhalations. If you, again, you'll find this is very comfortable, start to open up now that right arm and turn your head as well. Feel that gentle drawing back of the belly throughout. And if this feels very comfortable, open up both arms. So we're extending the limbs, shoulders stay down if this feels comfortable. If this feels too much for you, do not extend your arms. So let's just see if we can do another 3 here. It might not be quite 9, it's difficult to count and do the exercises, but it's about 9 or 10. Good. And just 2 more. Inhale. Nice long spine, exhale. And again, the same on the other side. So again, hands on top, shoulders down. I'm going to turn back towards the screen so you can see me. And again, we're going to exhale, hands on top. If that feels about right, stay there. Working a little bit more strongly by opening up the arm to which you're turning. And if you think, yeah, I'm super strong today, great, open both arms. Keep the shoulders down, keep that firmness. So it's as if you're just drawing your belt a little bit tighter, the belt that you're wearing on the lower abdomen. As we exhale, Inhale through the nose. Good. 2 more. And last one. Well done. Okay, now from here, we're going to go into toe tap. So just have a look at the positions you've got. So the easier position for this is lying on your back. If you're lying on your back, you're trying to draw your belly, and it's the bottom of the belly towards the floor, so that your spine is coming a little bit closer. It may or may not touch the floor depending on the natural shape of your back. If you've already got a super strong back, you keep the natural position of your spine. So you don't come into imprint. If you've already got that strong back, you can stay in neutral. Neutral is when you put your heels on your hip bones, your fingers on your pubic bones, and you're not tipping in either direction. So this is my overflex spine, this is my overextended spine, this is my natural spine here, my natural shape. So for today's session, I'm going to come into a slight imprint as if I was a beginner. I'm going to bring my feet into tabletop. So again, you can do this 1 foot at a time. The belly should stay firm. You're going to point with the toes now, and then as you exhale, you can bring one foot towards the floor. So it may touch down, it may not. It depends on how much strength you have in your back. So again, you don't have to touch all the way down like I am. You may just want to hover the foot just a few inches off the floor. So you're checking here that there is no additional lift. So if you're in the imprint position, your spine doesn't lift. If you're in the neutral position, you keep that natural shape of your back. Okay, let's just see if we can do another 4. So we exhale. As you inhale, the belly staying still. You're breathing to your back ribs. 3 more. In through the nose. And just 1 more. Well done. Okay, from here, just wrap your hands around your shins, and you can just take a rest by rocking from side to side.